as I'll allude to in the article, one of the funnest things about doing Isaiah Stewart defensive breakdown is all the different situations you get to highlight. And so we're going to start with him guarding other bigs on the perimeter. So here you see you get Daniel Tice, gets a little bit physical with him. We're going to talk about foul trouble situation as we go through this, but I just love that he gets up and he's no free dribbles, not going to let him be comfortable, and it ends up in a turnover going the other way in an extra possession for the Pistons. Now you get a completely different quote-unquote big in Evan Mobley, someone that is comfortable out here, and you're going to see the same result as Isaiah Stewart moves his feet, stays in front, and forces him along the baseline, and again, a turnover, extra possession for the Pistons, which they can really use in this young season. And then here, now you give him a big, post him up, and watch what he's able to do here. Jarrett Allen, watch where he posts up, and then where he catches. And don't underestimate a couple feet and what that means to a big in the lane and their comfortability. And then here, Jarrett Allen tries to give him the jab step and go. Isaiah Stewart doesn't go for it. Again, stays physical, stays strong, shows that strength that he has. And again, it's a turnover going the other way for the Pistons. So that's three different bigs in different situations, different comfortability with all the same result. And then now we're going to talk about him blocking shots. And I just love his ability to come from the weak side here. He doesn't commit too early. He lets the trash kind of clear out on this. And then he comes across, and not only does he blocks it, but he keeps in play and then is able to start transition going the other way. So you see in these first four clips, his ability to help create some offense with his defense. And then it's not just about coming from the weak side. Here the offensive player is able to see him as he drives down the lane and is able to block this shot without any contact. And again, keep it in play with a possible transition going the opposite way for the Pistons. So already we've seen him guarding bigs on the perimeter, guarding bigs in the post, blocking shots in a couple different ways. Now, one thing I do want to highlight is him staying out of foul trouble. I think it's a huge thing in this game. It's started the third quarter. He already has 3 fouls. I love his awareness to come over and help, but what I think Stewart has to do here is get really good at just a two-hand straight up verticality play on this one. You see him go with one hand here and he's really trying to block the shot. Just contest. Stay on the floor, young man, with this play instead of drawing the foul and really going for, I don't want to say the highlight block, but just the block in general. I love his shot blocking ability, but he has to know when he can do that. Now we're going to move on to his ability to switch on perimeter guys. So like I said, it's just so fun getting to talk about all these different situations. So here, Kevin Porter Jr., he stays in front, and you may create a little separation with Isaiah Stewart. You may get him to rock just a little bit, but I love his ability to recover and contest these shots. Very rarely are you going to see him not contest a shot, even on a perimeter player, even if they get him to move just a little bit. Now Jalen Green's going to attack him downhill with that athleticism, and again, he's able to contest the shot. If nothing else, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to work for it if you get a bucket on Isaiah Stewart, even as a guard. Now a completely different kind of wing player in Pascal Siakam. So we've seen the bigs, we've seen the quick athletic guards. Now we're going to see the switch on to Siakam, really good mid-range player. And again, you're going to see Isaiah Stewart be able to stay in front, give a little bit of ground. And again, you're going to get him to rock just a little bit, okay? But he's so good putting this foot in the ground and changing direction and his momentum. I just love that ability by Isaiah Stewart to then get a hand up in that shot and contest it just a little bit. Now with that said, as much as I love his switch ability, it does make me a little nervous how often he ends up in these situations, because there are times he's going to get beat like here and then have to recover, and he's either going to have to get really, really smart again about just the verticality play or letting some of these go. We can't let him get in foul trouble because he's getting switched on these perimeter players so much. And then I want to end with this one because I just think it shows his multiple efforts on the defensive end in one possession. He actually already helped on a back screen. Now here comes a handoff. He's going to step out. Is there a little bit of communication? Switch it now as the rescreen happens, moves his feet in front of Gary Trent Jr., flips his hips. I love his ability to flip his hips just like he does there, recovers back to the big. Now he's going to get up and contest this, and then he's going to go for the rebound and get it out of bounds going the other way. I just thought that highlighted who Isaiah Stewart is perfectly.